I've noticed a trend in our tabletop role playing games, and that is I hear a lot of I do this, I have this, I do these things, I've got these things, look at my abilities, me's, I's. But the thing to consider is this is a group game. We should be dealing with the us and we's, not the I's and me's. I see this come up quite a lot, and this comes from character creation, this comes in the form of combat, this comes in the form of social roleplay, this comes in the form of exploration. I see a lot of this of I do this, I'm going off here, I have this, me's, I's. We want as many people engaged as possible, people. While yes, it's fine to split the party every once in a while, the best thing you can do is split the party as a party, in a sense. If you have a 4-person party, then splitting up in 2 and 2, that's perfectly fine. But when you are lone wolfing it, when you're going off on your own, and you're not engaging everyone else, that's not fun, honestly. Yeah, it might be cool for you, the spotlight's all on you, the DM's focus on you, everyone else at the table is looking at you, but do you really think that's fun for everybody else? It really isn't, people. We want as many people engaged as possible at any one given time. Think about everybody else at the table. Everyone else at the table wants to play, right? We should think about roping in everybody whenever we get the chance. Now, this comes in the form of both players and DMs. If I say, hey, I'm going to go over here, instead of it just being me saying, hey, I'm going to go over here, what I'm going to say is, I'm going to go over here. How about we go together? Rope people in. Get people involved in the actions. Get people involved. Replace every I and me with us and we as much as possible whenever possible. In fact, I challenge you to try and see how long in a campaign session you can go for without saying, oh, I'm going to do this. Try and say, we should do this. We are going to do that. Try and see how far you can get into a session without saying I's and me's, and see how much more often you say I and me versus us and we. I promise you, by the end of it, if you have a tally marker, the end might surprise you in a negative way. So how do we get people truly involved? Well, we design the game and its mechanics around groups instead of individuals. Never reward people for going off on their own. Don't reward people for being lone wolves. Don't reward people for trying to be the spotlight hogs. What you do is you design the game around that. Have it be where if you go off on your own, you die. You go off on your own, then you lose some abilities because maybe there is group abilities that help everyone out when they're in a local area, when they're near each other. Have these things in there because if you have all these items, and I see this quite a lot, is you give out these items, right? And these items say, you can do this one thing. This makes you more awesome. And you can do this one awesome thing that makes you better than everybody else. Use. I hardly see people hand out items that say, oh, when you're hanging out with the group, then you get better. Or the items that just say, hey, you help out a friend or you help out the team. Hand out these items. Hand out these mechanics. Showcase in the game that this is a group game. Because the more individualistic you have the game be, I promise you the less entertaining it is for everyone involved. Because while yes, it may be cool to be that one player at the time where all the emphasis is on you, just think about what everyone else is thinking about. What everyone else is doing during that time. Emphasize the group in and out of game. Not only are we dealing with our characters doing these awesome things, but most important of all is that we're all people and we're all looking around and we all want to be involved at all times. Well, we can't be involved at all times when that one person goes off on their own and does that one thing because they want to be secretive or they want to be cool. Everyone else is just sitting on the sideline doing absolutely nothing, and that sucks. No one wants that. People typically don't think that's fun. Have the game be us and we's. Have it be the group game that it deserves to be. Make the emphasis on the group, not the individual. Unless you're running a one-on-one game, then there is no reason for there to be this heavy emphasis on any one person at any given time, because we need to be sitting here at the table all having a good time. And I promise you, the more time we spend on any one person, the less fun everyone else is having at the table. So when this comes to character creation, create the characters as a group. None of this bringing characters from outside and just hoping it works in the campaign. When it comes to combat, make sure that everyone is in the same battle map and they're all relatively close by. When it comes to the social aspect, don't have 3 different conversations going on at any one given time, because that's hard to keep track of and it gets annoying. When it comes to the exploration, don't have the lone wolves. The lone wolves that go off on their own, because then you're going to have that one person that always tries to make that character that goes off on their own and tries to do the awesome thing by themselves. Don't allow that to happen, either mechanically or just out of character, just saying, no, you can't go off on your own. Have this be the group game it deserves to be. Remove the I's and me's and make this the us and we's. The reason I'm so adamant about this is because, like I said before, I'm seeing this trend come up a lot more often recently. I'm seeing these people that bring in these characters that are super unique and make everyone else feel inferior. I see these people show up to these games and try to go off on their own just to show off to everybody else, which is not fun. I don't care about how good your character is. That's not the point of the game. The point of the game is that we all enjoy a game together, not me having to sit on the sideline watching you be good. I see a bunch of these players show up and they have this mentality. I don't know if it's from recent media, whether that be movies or TV shows or whatever, but there needs to be a return to the true style of what games are supposed to be. All of us sitting at the table, all of us having a good time together, all of us roping each other into each other's antics, all of us sharing in the glory and the downfalls, and us all having a good laugh by the end of it. I hope you all take something from this, and I hope you all remember the good things about group games, because quite frankly, there's a lot of better games to play by yourself, right? There's quite frankly a way better selection of games to make you feel awesome that don't need to have a whole bunch of other people involved sitting on the sideline doing absolutely nothing. If you want to do those things, then go play these other games. But when it comes to group games, our tabletop role-playing games, where we've got 4, 5, 6, 7 people at the table, whatever it is, everyone needs to be involved as much as possible at all times. So go ahead and tell me, do you see that this individualistic style of play is cropping up a lot more often? Or are you blessed with a table of people that love to rope each other in? What are some of the techniques that you use to keep this group game a group game? And whenever it comes to keeping the game as a group game, do you do it all in character, or do you have to resort to saying it out of character? Go ahead and tell me those things, because I would love to hear it. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. And thank you to my amazing patrons. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you so very much. And I cannot wait to see you all in the next one.